Hey guys, how is everyone doing tonight? Yeah, this is gonna be, yeah, but, okay. It's finally happening. I'm finally making the bisque. It's just, goddamn. I've learned a lot about lobster this week, by the way. Like, stuff I had absolutely no clue about whatsoever. I was told I was wrong when I said that the lobster was pregnant the other night, that it was actually part of the liver, but then more research told me I was indeed 100% fucking accurate. She's not necessarily pregnant, but I think they just lay eggs. But yeah, she was ready to pop. So I already have 2 of the lobsters already cut up and everything. I've done my my prep, my mirepoix right here. This is celery, carrots, onions, and some garlic on top. It's going to go into this pot right here. Something interesting I found out about lobster bisque is traditionally, so you have a nice even flavor, you add rice to it. And then you like blitz the shit out of it, and it actually makes your it's what it uses the rice starch and makes your bisque thick instead of doing like a roux or anything. So while this is definitely not vegetarian, this is a gluten-free recipe. So this will be really easy for anybody who doesn't really do gluten to do and have. I had butter earlier. Here it is. Okay. I was getting everything nice and prepped earlier. Hey, April. How are you? So I'm going to toss that in there. I do have over here on my board the lobster tail meat. I'm going to slice that up. Give it a good chop-a-rooney. Back here, I'm actually making some lobster stock. I'm just boiling the ever-loving shit out of these shells. I made some the other night with the other lobster meat I had, with the other lobster shells I had, which is going to be the primary in this. I'm going to deglaze with a little bit of brandy or cognac. I'm going to add a touch of ricotta just to make it a little bit creamier. The whipping cream, of course. A touch of truffle salt, because it's fucking lobster. We're already being fancy as shit. Might as well. Salt and pepper. And of course, we have our tomato paste. I prefer San Marzano, but this is what I could find. So, let me hit this with a dose of oil too. Yeah, this will work. Now, we've got about a cup each of onions, carrots, and celery. This is very French, so I figured do very French mirepoix to start us off with. The celery will give us kind of some, like, you know, woodsy notes. The onion, of course, some sweetness. The carrot, some sweetness. The carrot will help with the color as well. I've seen a lot of recipes for lobster in the past couple of days, so I'm trying to like mix and match some of the stuff I've seen. Like, I didn't want to do a roux for this. I really wanted to do the rice thing, because I saw that in a couple of different videos, and it was really fascinating. Like, I couldn't, like, I was like, what the fuck is this? Actually using rice? Oh yeah. I got so excited. And any reason I can to use my stick blender, I'm going to do it. Hey, Caroline. Hey, Donnie. Who said long lost friend? I missed it. Sorry. 1 second, you guys. Oh, hello, Tara. How are you? But, yeah, I got 2 tablespoons of butter in here, 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I just gave this stuff a real rough chop. If you want to buy this, the mirepoix mix already done, you can. Most grocery stores sell it. The best one I found is actually Kroger. They have it in the frozen section, kind of like I think it's called like recipe inspirations or recipe starters or something. It's like $1, maybe $1.20. It's already chopped, frozen, at the peak of freshness, so you're good. You just grab it, dump that shit in here, and start sauteing. Now, let this go for just a couple minutes. Then, I'm going to add some rice. I don't know. I don't know how much rice I actually want to add to this. Like, let me get a little measuring thingamadeal. That should be good. Put that back up in there. Hey Donnie, it was really good to see you actually the other day. Like for the first time officially. This is of course on high. I'm going to deglaze. But you probably won't deglaze anything from this. Go ahead and add a little bit of salt to help these veggies give up their water. Now you can smell it. This is the holy trinity of French cooking. I just added some garlic, but no one will ever be mad about that. And if they don't like garlic, they probably shouldn't be your friends. They don't really care about your feelings. And they're probably not a good person. Or they're a vampire. These are all things to look out for. Man overboard. But I still do have this, which I'm going to save. Like, if I need it, it's right here beside me. I don't think I'm going to actually need it tonight. Because I do have about 2.5 cups of this. So I'm probably going to be using some of it, but we'll see. I want to cook these really well. These down. Get some good color on everything in here. But I'm steady moving everything around so I don't want anything to burn or get any uneven coloring. I can see my pan starting to get some color on the bottom. I'm excited about that. Color on the bottom of your pan means fond. Fond is just flavor. And that's going to come up when I deglaze it with the cognac in just a few minutes. Yes, really in there now. Oh, hell yeah. You don't have to use cognac. You can use white wine if you want. You can use a combination of both. I put the cognac in the lobster mac the other night. I really like the taste of it. Like I spent like I think $10 on a little last bottle. But I got the small bottle because I don't really drink cognac. So, but yeah. This fond is really showing up now. Like I'm being careful to watch it. I don't want the fond to get dark. If it gets dark, it can get bitter. So, there we go. I think that's about good. Do I? Yeah. Cognac. About a 1/4 cup. Whew. So, punch you in the face, smell the alcohol right there. Jesus. Scrape the bottom with your spoon. Get all that fond up. Delicious, delicious fond. And you can eat this just as is. It's gonna be great. But we're nowhere near done. Give that alcohol smell like a minute to dissipate. Then toss in my rice. Because I've never made this before. I'm just kind of going by instinct and everything I've seen in the past couple days, like the past week or so, since I really started researching the rice recipes. So Okay. Get that rice in there. That in there. Oh, don't need the lid. Need to squeeze. Now, when you add tomato paste to something, you definitely want to cook it for a few minutes before you serve it, because this can give, it has a really harsh, like bitter, acidic taste. But once you cook it for just a minute or two, that's all completely gone, and it has this nice, creamy, like unctuous taste. Oh, I know what I forgot. I know exactly what I forgot. I'll add it in just a second. I forgot the Worcester sauce. Some of my homemade lobster stock, deglaze, scrape, scrape, scrape. This is a beautiful color. I love the color of this. And down in here. Yep, it's trying. It's trying. But not on my watch, Sunny Jim. A little bit of like residue at the bottom of that bowl, so that can stay in the bottom of that bowl. Got no use for that. Okay. What I forgot was my Worcester sauce. Love Worcester sauce. It's like umami. Love it. Get a good shake of cayenne in here. Just get some heat in there. I'm gonna use this. Glad I had it. About half the carton. I don't have anywhere near enough. Okay. This is definitely going to need seasoning. Because again, I've only put a tiny little bit of salt in it so far. So, what the rice is going to do is I'm going to let the rice like severely overcook. And then hit it with the stick blender, and that's just going to liquefy the rice and just use the starch in the grains to make the bisque a little bit thicker. Something you can do, something I suggest you do if you do this, make sure all your little grains of rice are pushed down into the liquid. Because there's our little sons of bitches there. Bring this to a boil. Yeah. I'm going to add the cream to it at the end and a little bit of ricotta, just to give it like a little creamy flavor. You can go over here. And I'm also going to do some, you'll see in the picture, some grilled cheese sandwiches to go with this, but I'm not going to do them until Joshua gets home tonight. Because this is going to simmer for like an hour or so, even after I finish the video. I'm just going to tell y'all it's going to have to simmer for like an hour or so. Which is the point, that's the point the dairy is going to be added. So you'll see the final product, of course. But, yeah. What's this taste like so far? I know it needs like all the salt, but I'm just curious. Very muted. But that's fine. Because again, it's going to simmer, it's going to concentrate. These I'm going to chop up with my knife. Right over here. What's that? Oh, okay. What the hell's that sound? My board was on a box. get some butter. Get it in this pan right here over a very low heat so we can very slowly brown it. Get that with some truffle sauce at the end. Where is my tarragon? Ah, here we go. Tarragon. I'm going to heat up I'm going to get this butter nice and browned off. Then once it's brown, I'm going to throw in the lobster meat and some whole tarragon leaves, just so I can make sure that I get them nice and fried. So they add a little, kind of a what the hell crunch to my dish, which is kind of what I'm going for. Totally forgot I need to pick off a few of these for in here too, but no worries. I mean, they're going in now. I don't want to put, I kind of want to put a bay leaf in it too, but I'm kind of having a fight with bay lately. Like I had it the other day, and it just upset me. Also, the dish did not turn out anywhere near what I was told it would turn out, and it just tasted like bay. Which, this is a great back note. Like this is, bay is the, how do you say it? Bay's not a supporting actor or supporting actress in anything. It is something that is in the back. It's a great background character. You can always rely on it. It'll always be there. But when you get a lot of it immediately, it is a rather bitter taste. Who's here? Hey, Mark. Hey, Andy. Okay. Oh, mask. Okay. Yeah. So it has a great smell. You've had bay before, more than likely. A lot of recipes call for it. They just put the leaves in. You don't eat the leaves, you take them out. There was a lot going around with Chipotle at one point of people bitching and whining because there was leaves in their food. Like, you know, y'all just went outside and got some leaves and put it in my food. No, bitch, it's called seasoning. Oh, let me refrain. No, white bitch, it's called seasoning. So I don't recall any hands with melanin in the pictures. I only recall seeing a lack of melanin in the skin in those photos. So, but then again, there's a certain group of people who were raised without the concept of fucking seasoning, which is so gross. My shell's in there. Alright, that's got a good rolling boil. So we'll turn that down, let that simmer for a bit. Let this go real slow. Gonna pick off some good thyme leaves, or tarragon leaves over here. Those will be the ones I fry up. Just want some ones that actually look pretty. Because you can 100% deep fry food in butter. Which sounds as unhealthy as it does delicious. It is not recommended. At the same time, it is highly recommended. Because, oh my god, so fucking good. I've done it. This shit is game changing. Do you want? Yeah, okay. Okay. Did I turn that down? Did I turn the wrong one down? Okay, no, you boil like a bitch. Come on, keep going. Okay. I'm gonna put my spoon up here on top now. Simply because it keeps, there's bubbles in here, of course. And with the bubbles, it's actually causing the rice to jump up on it because the rice is so small. If the rice just jumps up and sticks to my spoon, it's not going to be cooking. If it doesn't cook, it's going to be grainy when I blitz everything together. So, while I'm thinking about it, another quick round the edge here just to knock off any pieces of rice that might have been there. Just gonna let this simmer for about another minute or so. Then I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the stick blender and get everything going there. Just to get a little bit of truffle salt in there. It's more of a finishing thing, but for a dish like this, it'll work because you just want like a little back note of truffle. I think I'm going to pull out the bay leaves and then put them back in. You can 100% eat bay leaves. They will not hurt you. They are very, very fibrous. And it's not a pleasant sensation. This is why you won't ever really see like bay powder. You'll only ever really see like bay leaves because they're supposed to be removed. I've never seen a single recipe that did not say remove them from the dish when you're done cooking. Because, oh God, they're bitter, but in a good way. But when you get a lot of it, it's not good. So, okay. This is a nice deep color. Get in there. No, get in there. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm going to blitz this up again. I know, simply because I know that the rice itself isn't fully cooked yet. This is more of a blitz for the camera kind of thing. But put our immersion blender in. I always give it a little quick stir, just to get any air bubbles out that may be hiding in my blender. There's usually one or two anyway, but they come out fairly quickly. So, I'll just set this in the bottom of the pot. Slowly move it around. It'll get a lot of the smaller pieces that way. Just turn it. Okay, no. Yeah, I am blending on high. Very slowly going to my right, which is lifting up the bottom of the immersion blender. This always helps to just lift up the edge and go in at an angle. Other side. You can run this through like a like a mesh sieve or something if you want. Something really fine to catch any little pieces or anything. You really shouldn't have any, but not if everything cooks long enough, because it's all going to basically cook the mush anyway. So, just blah, mix. Anytime I'm feeling like any resistance in the machine, I stop and give it a second. Because resistance means there's something hitting the blade that it's solid enough for me to feel it in the stick. This is a great way to do it. Just tap it up like this. I can almost see the rice pieces in here still. I'm going to give this a taste for seasoning and flavor, but not texture, because it still looks like a pumpkin puree. Like, just that quick. Can y'all see that? All the stuff that's on the spoon. Especially this little bad boy right here. Looks like a piece of rice. Yep, indeed rice. So, it's very smooth. But it seems to cook for a bit longer. Yummy. Definitely gonna need a good bit more salt though. I don't think I did this either. But this is about the consistency I want. Minus, of course, all of the lumps. But this is about the consistency I want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the rest of my seafood stock. And to save on salt, so I was thinking about doing this anyway, I'm going to add some fish sauce to it. If you put fish sauce in a dish, do not add salt. That bottle is so fucking salty, y'all. If you don't believe me, try like a teaspoon of fish sauce. It will mess your world up. It won't hurt you in any way, shape, or form, but that's the saltiest shit ever tasted. See, look, all that, where'd you go? Where'd you go? There it is. It's a full tarragon leaf in there that my stick blender messed. And looks like, oh, he's got a friend. 2, wow. That's fine. Again, it's gonna get blended up again in a bit anyway. But check this for seasoning. You want it to taste good at this point, but you also want it to be able to reduce. So imagine the flavors intensifying just a little bit. If this is perfect, then by all means stop and serve. But if it's not, just always understand it's gonna go down a little bit. Yeah, I can see so many bits of this. It's all rice too. But it's actually really thick. But this is one of the thicker ones, the thicker bisques I've made. So, yummy. But yeah, kill this one. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop off here. I have like bits of rice in my mouth now, and it's not a pleasant feeling. I'm a big texture person, and this is not good, but it will be good. So, used up my 2 bowls there. Yes, I'm going to go and let this all simmer, let that cook down for a bit. The whipping cream and the ricotta are going to get added at the very end. So I will talk to you guys in a bit. I will post the final pictures, of course. You might not really be able to see the lobster meat, but I'm going to do it in the brown butter. Essentially just put some butter in a pan, like medium. Let it bubble up. Give it another minute. Keep an eye on it. Once it starts like really changing color, give it a good stir. Keep stirring until you get like bits in your butter, and that's brown butter. It's very nutty, very delicious. And it's good because I'm just going to cook it through. I'm not going to cook it through. I'm just going to heat it through. So that gives you a good bit of leeway and a lot of added flavor to it because it's so fucking good. Oh, God, brown butter is like the best shit that's ever happened. But thank you guys for watching. I will, of course, post the picture below when everything is said and done. Why aren't you bubbling? You should be bubbling. But I will talk to you guys later. Thank you. Bye.